Hello, my name is Hughes. Today I have a fellow fraternity brother and chapter member, Brother Earl Talley, who is going to share with us his story regarding prematurity.
Hey, good afternoon. As he said, my name is Earl Talley. I am also a member of Phi Beta Sigma, and my story kind of plays into Sigma a little bit. So in 2014 was our centennial year. That was also the year that I found out me and my wife were having our first kid. So it was fun. Like, we went back and forth arguing. No, it's a boy, it's a girl, it's a boy, it's a girl. Finally found out it was a girl. So I was like, you know what? I don't care anymore. It's my kid. It's my job to protect them, love them. I'm a daddy. So the second week of May 16th, I was at work and I got a phone call. Hey, come get me. I need you. Come meet me. And so I tell my manager, I'm like, hey, my wife needs me. I gotta go. I get ready to leave and I get a phone call from my wife's best friend, or one of her best friends. She says, hey, have you talked to your wife? Yeah, I talked to her. I am on my way to go pick her up. Found out that my wife was in early labor, super preterm labor. So had some back and forth with the doctor. Her doctor was doing rounds and they had made contact with her, but she wasn't able to get to the hospital. The doctor at the hospital, he was ready to let my child die. So we were literally maybe a day or two, a day from the window. It's a window that they have called like the window of viability or something. Basically when a baby can't survive. So me and him had a man-to-man conversation, and basically I'm like, dude, you need to save my child. So she was born. They performed all the life-saving treatments that they could. She was 1 pound and 8 ounces, thereabouts, when she was born. And I was happy, like, you could count the teeth in my mouth. I was like, I know she's early, I know she's only 1 pound, but she's here. Outside of everything, she's safe, she's stable for the time being, and she's early, but she's here. So her doctor came, they checked the baby out. Like I said, she was right at 20 weeks. She was super early. She was a micro-preemie. She was born, they put her in the little incubator, like you've ever seen, heating chicken eggs at school or whatever. She was in the incubator, she had the heat lamp, took her to the NICU. We got all our scrubs on, went in there to check her out and sat there and talked with her. And that was May 16th. That was 3 or 4 days after Mother's Day. And so, it was 3 days because it was on a Wednesday. I remember that. It was on a Wednesday. It was like 2:30. I was at work and I got the call. So she was born. We went through all of that. We had the feed print. We did a birth certificate. We did the whole thing you do as a normal new parent, even though we had a micro-preemie in the NICU. So about 3 weeks in, they were still trying to help her progress. She was on a ventilator, like they were basically jet streaming air over her to force her lungs to start working. And they were working 10-20%. She couldn't poop. And so that was the biggest issue. They could help the breathing, but the intestines and the bowels and everything, it's a waste product, so it would eat away inside of it. And so they had surgery to try to help her pass her the food from her mother along. They started the breastfeeding process. Well, they would feed her with like a little syringe because we couldn't even pick her up. We could barely touch her. Her skin was paper thin. They said any major touching, any shifting, even just like caressing her hand, they felt it was causing her extreme pain. So when we would go in there and touch her, you literally just had to place your hand on her and leave it there. No caressing, no rubbing, no nothing. So they had the surgery to try to clear her intestines and her bowels out. And because she was so little, it was so difficult to do that they attempted the surgery. The doctor was like, hey, I tried all I could. Basically, this is your time to spend with your baby. Like, I can do nothing else. So they had their surgery. 3 o'clock-ish. By 9, she was gone. Like, they took her off the machines. We actually got to hold her. Hugged her, kissed her. Her mom sat with her for a minute. I held her. Our moms came. Both of our dads are gone, so our moms came down. They were there. They held her. They talked to her. And as I was holding her, they have this private room. Basically like just a private room. And we were sitting there, and every maybe 30 minutes or so, they come in and check. Hey, she's still with us, spend more time with her, she can hear you, talk to her. Try to make peace. And so they came in that last time, and I think I was holding her. And they were like, she's gone on. And I handed her to the nurse. They took her in there, cleaned her up. Because she was gone, it may seem kind of morbid, but they couldn't really handle her while she was here. So they still gave us newborn pictures. Like a picture of her feet. We have a picture of her face, of her body. And we have those. And, they cut a lock of her hair. We have it. I think we have like 4 copies of where they inked her feet and they stamped them, extra copies outside of the ones that were on the birth certificate. And yeah, we left the hospital. Nobody said a thing on the way home. My mom, my mother-in-law, my wife, and myself, we just got in my truck, drove home. And it was just unable to be processed at that time. And to this day, like also when she died, she was born May 16th, she died June 11th, 2 or 3 days before Father's Day. So she lived 25 days. She came in that window where it was like, I'm not here yet, and then, hey, I'm here, enjoy me, and I'm gone. And so at the time, my wife was like, I don't feel like a mother. It's like the moment you were told you're pregnant, you're a mother. When you felt her kick, you're a mother. When she was born, you're a mother. Like, you will always be her mother, regardless of whether she's here or not. The moment I found out you were pregnant, I'm a father. So it was almost kind of symbolic or ironic or whatever ism you would want to put on that word, that she came in that window of motherhood and fatherhood. But for her birthday, I still go out to her grave. I take a cake, a little cupcake every year. I'll take a balloon. I'll take her a toy. She's buried next to another child who has a lot of toys. So her body is gone, but her essence, her spirit to me is still with me. So that's my oldest. Her name, we went back and forth on her name, and I'm a junior, so I was like, if it's a boy, he has to be a third. My only requirement, my child had to have ET in their name. So her name was Maxwell K. Elise Talley. And so for me processing with her, I felt like she was a good big sister because I also have 2 other daughters. So she performed her duty as a big sister to watch after her younger siblings. So I think I made peace as much as you can having to bury your child. Like, that's out of the natural order. Your child is supposed to bury you. But I found my own personal way to make peace with it.